This stepping stone will review our note values. Here we go. Notes have different values. That means they're worth different numbers of beats. Let's go over the note value chants that we've learned so far. Here we go. When we see a whole note, we say ta, ah, ah, ah. Number of beats, 4. When we see a half note, we say ta, ah. Number of beats, 2. When we see a dotted half note, we say ta, ah, ah. Number of beats, 3. When we see a quarter note, we say ta. Number of beats, 1. When we see 2/8 notes, we say TT. Number of beats, 1. Remember, 2 notes that share 1 beat. Good job. Now let's see how these note values, the whole note, the half note, the quarter note, and the 1/8 note, get their names. Here is one measure of 4/4 time, also called common time because it's the most commonly used time signature. One measure of 4/4 time gets 4 beats, which we divide up like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's place our notes in the measure. First, we have a whole note. The whole note gets the whole measure, which is 4 beats. Next, we have a half note. The half note gets half of the measure, which will be 2 beats. We would need 2 half notes to fill up the whole measure. Next, we have a quarter note. A quarter note gets a quarter of the measure, which is worth 1 beat. We would need 4 quarter notes to fill up the measure. Next, we have a pair of 1/8 notes, TTs. 2 1/8 notes together get 1/4 of the measure, which would be 1 beat. It would take 4 pairs of 1/8 notes to fill up the measure. But what if we only had 1/8 note? That 1/8 note would lose its beam and get a flag instead. And that 1/8 note would get 1/2 of a beat. We would need 8 1/8 notes to fill up the whole measure. And we know that each note has a corresponding rest. The whole rest hangs from line 4, which gets the whole measure, 4 beats. The half rest sits on line 3 and gets half of the measure, which is 2 beats. The quarter rest gets a quarter of the measure, which is 1 beat. And the 1/8 rest gets an 1/8 of the measure, which is worth a half a beat. Okay, now it's your turn. Let's see if you can fill out this chart, identifying each note and each rest and the number of beats that it gets. That's all for now. Good job. See you next time.